Miracle Boy Boxing, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, the one and only hosting Cruz, bringing you another exciting edition of boxing. Don't forget to hit and to like, subscribe to my channel. It's always greatly appreciated. Stay tuned. Miracle Boy Boxing, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Oscar Cruz, and what a fight last night on the co-main event of Oscar Duarte versus Kenneth Sims Jr. What a battle. What a battle. I mean, the main event was a battle, but I thought the co-main event stole the show. And it was a fight between two fighters that we were not expecting to see an all-out war from. You know, these two guys are coming in, are veterans of the sport, have been around some time. A lot of people, a lot of fans, including myself, thought that the best days are behind them, and they ain't got much left to show us. And boy, did they ever did last night. They proved us wrong, and they gave us possibly the best fight this year so far. It was indeed a fight of the year contender. Regis Prograis and JoJo Diaz turned in a 10-round all-out war where both fighters were landing thunderous shots on each other throughout the fight. JoJo Diaz actually buckling Regis Prograis in the early going of the fight. That shocked me, like, whoa. And the thing is, coming into this fight, while both guys were making their entrances, something in my gut was telling me that JoJo Diaz was going to pull this off tonight. Something was telling me that. I was like, I don't know. I just feel like JoJo's going to get this. And boom, JoJo Diaz rocked and buckled Regis Prograis in the first round. I'm like, whoa. Now, even though I said and felt like JoJo's going to get this tonight, I was not expecting JoJo to go in there and hurt Regis Prograis. JoJo, in his days, in his better days, is a naturally smaller fighter. He used to fight 126, 130, 135 the most, but 140, 147 has always been a bit too much for JoJo Diaz in my book. But he performed excellently. You know, he showed that he still has a lot in the tank. Bloody face and all. Tough fight. He dug deep. He showed that he wanted to win. And Regis Prograis, even though he was hurt a few times throughout the fight, buckled a few times by JoJo, who's not known as a hard puncher, rallied back. Anytime he got stunned, you think that JoJo is going to get Regis Prograis out of there. And here comes Regis Prograis firing back to the body, firing back to the head. And I was telling myself, and I was telling my dad because he was watching the fight with me, his condition, Regis conditioning is what's getting him through this fight, because he's getting hurt too much. But he comes right back. And if you look at Regis' body, he's in good shape. Physically in good shape. And that's what's been helping. The conditioning has been bringing him back anytime he gets stunned, and was keeping him in the fight. Even though his legs at times were gone, his conditioning to take the shot and recover, and was able to rally back in combination, not just 1-2, flurries, body shots, head shots. And that's what made this fight a tremendous fight. You know, sometimes when you got two fighters in there that their days are behind them and they're aging, sometimes you can get a really good fight from them, because they're aging, they're more vulnerable, they're not as twitchy, and their timing can be a bit off, but that's what makes them more vulnerable and make them fight harder. Like, damn, my timing is a bit off. I can't move my legs the way I wanted to, so I'm going to have to stand and fight. Things like that happen, and that's what gives fans tremendous fights. And that's what we saw. Even though JoJo is 32 years old, he was more younger than Regis. Regis is 36, and that was my question. What does Regis have left at 36 years old? And that's one of the reasons why I thought that JoJo was going to pull this off. And at 36, Regis showed a lot of heart. At 36, he still so showed that he could go to war, and get the job done. He got the victory tonight by unanimous decision. There was a score here of 98-92. The rest was 96-94 from the other two judges. 98-92 was a bit wide for me, ladies and gentlemen. I thought that it was a much closer fight than what the scorecards were. Some had it a draw, some had it could have gone either way. But I thought if you want to give it to a winner, I thought JoJo pulled it off. I thought he was landing more shots, the cleaner shots. I thought because he hurt Regis multiple times throughout the fight. I thought Regis got it done. I mean, Prograis. JoJo Diaz. My mistake. But all in all, great fight. A great fight by two veterans of the sport. JoJo Diaz has been around a long time. He's fought a who's who in the sport of boxing, from Tevin Farmer to Jesus Rojas, Jason Velez, William El Camarón Cepeda, a who's who, Andrew Cancio. And in his last 8 fights, he's lost 6 out of them. So coming in, a lot of people had questions. Can JoJo Diaz be the name still in the sport of boxing? And even though he didn't get the job done against Prograis, many thought he won the fight, like myself. So all in all, it was a great fight. I don't know where these two guys are going to go from here. I think this fight was a contracted weight of 142 pounds. I think they were saying welterweight, but a catch weight. Brian Norman Jr. is the welterweight champion of the world, WBO champion, and Mario Barnes is the champion. Those are two fighters that Regis Prograis can fight if he was able to become a contender in the welterweight division. Brian Norman Jr. is a dangerous fight for Prograis because JoJo Diaz hurt Regis multiple times, and JoJo is not a naturally he's not a welterweight, and he's not a hard puncher in terms of punching power. He's not known for high knockout power, and JoJo hurt him multiple times. So imagine what a fighter like Brian Norman Jr., who's naturally the bigger man and a natural hard puncher, can do to Regis. I think that if Regis and Brian fought, and Brian was in that ring last night against Regis would have been eating the canvas. So, I don't know. People are saying they should run it back. I think they should. It was a really good fight. Really great fight, if you ask me, actually. Close. And I think they should do it again. In my book. JoJo Diaz, if they don't do it again, I don't know where he's going to go from here. This was one of those fights where even though you come out a loser, you come out a winner at the same time because of your performance, and especially that you have people thinking that you won the fight. JoJo Diaz will be back, actually, because of the performance, like what he did. And many thought he won the fight. So he'll be back. This is not the end for both fighters. Regis was actually contemplating of retirement if he was to lose this fight. So since he did not lose, he's going to continue fighting. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this fight, ladies and gentlemen. What a great war between Regis Prograis and JoJo Diaz last night. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Who you guys had winning. Where do these guys go from here? Do you guys want to see a rematch? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And yeah, Miracle Boy Boxing, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Oscar Cruz. Don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel. It is always a pleasure to talk to you guys about boxing. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.